Hi, I'm Myrna Button. The name of the piece is Empty Harnesses because I experienced the Arctic travel by dog team. With this piece I was wanting to bring to attention the melting ice conditions in the Western Arctic, and this is from first-hand experience. This picture is the one of my first dog sleds. I first started running dogs by skiing behind them, and a friend gave me that sled, and that was my first sled and probably my first set of dogs. No, I think I started with Mylar because I always knew I wanted it translucent, and I was very pleased to see how large they were able to get that photograph. So it was I was very delighted with the process there because I wanted it to stand off from the wall so that you could get some shadow effect and it would really take advantage of the translucent quality. So that's why it got to be off the wall, and how to make it stable enough, I just sewed the top over a rod so that it would be stable enough. I think I wasn't really prepared for the emotional impact when I saw them displayed this way. Because, okay, there's a certain grief in knowing that those dogs are gone, you know, so that was a bit of a surprise because you handle the objects every day and you handle the photographs every day, but when you've seen them as sort of as dimensional, oh really, there's somebody missing in there, you know, so that was an impact I wasn't really prepared for. It was quite revealing. Yes, they were originally constructed in what was then called Fort Norman, and that would be to the south of us. It is harnesses that are meant to go through the bush because they're one and one and one, so that you can go on a narrow path. The Pom Poms are a way that you can see your dogs, see your lead dogs when you're traveling in the dark season. And as a driver, you need to know where your dogs are and your lead dogs are, so that you know, okay, this is where I need to command them to turn. So it was an interesting experience. Traditionally, women would be had their own team. They would go do the chores with their team. It's just like us having a car. When you're out in the lakes and it's dim light conditions, what I was really watching for is a parallel line, because I know that's my trail. And I didn't realize how significant it was until when I was doing some artwork in stained glass, and a visitor said, "You always have parallel lines in your work. Why is that?" And I thought for a moment, then I thought, oh, it's a sense of comfort, because I know where I'm going. A conversation about trail perhaps would go something like this. When we first started out running dogs, okay, can I take that trail? Yes, it's a very easy trail, it's well used, it's well known. Then it morphed into, okay, yeah, that trail's okay, but you have to watch out for the overflow. Then it kind of changes to, well, you gotta kind of have to pick your way on this trail. And then later, well, you can only use that trail, maybe if you can use it at all, only certain times of the year. And then quite often, of late, we hear, I don't know, nothing is the same anymore. I was saying about my first experience in running dogs was skiing behind them. That's a tremendous a lot of fun. Anybody with a big dog should try it. This next one here's a picture of the dogs actually in the harness. Not quite working, the lead dog is a little bit slack looking around, but there's the harnesses that are occupied by the dogs. My two best lead dogs. You can notice a lady out front as the prime leader. She has 2 prongs on her Pom Poms, and the rest of the team only have 1. This is a setup of 2 by 2, and you can see how far away your leaders are. So you can imagine if they're in a line how far away they are. Other ways of travel, this is view from the Toboggan. So that's a different kind of harness and different toboggan, but that was my view a lot of the time. How you could get so attached, and you run from puppies, so they sort out their differences as they're babies at this size, and it was such a joy. And of course, they certainly do cute. I think also with this piece, I would like to really illustrate that we are adaptable. I think when you hear about climate change, it's all catastrophized, but I think we have to look for other solutions and not give up. We've seen lots of different things in this whole world, and what really resonates for me, as well as some of the other people in this show, about the idea of the canary in the coal mine. That is something that really resonates for a lot of people across the Arctic, because we are some of the first forerunners of anything that is happening is much speeded up in the Arctic. And still, I would like to say it would be wrong of us to just give up. I think we need to seek other solutions and keep going.